But you can do that after this and fix the template.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the YakShaver Sprint Review. And this is the Spring 28. So last week, our sprint goal was to add CC or mention functionality to Teams call participant. However, it was not done. It was partially done, but we need some improvements to do it better. Let's go through the backlog that we have done last sprint. So Stephen has done some UI enhancement to the dashboard. Stephen, can you give some updates on what you done last week?
So, yeah, sure. Yeah, the first one was just adding more clear message to the user when user cancel a task. So, do you want me to share screen or we can just talk like this?
Just briefly, that's okay.
All right, yeah,
Briefly
yeah. So,
talk through.
yeah, the second one is just we have finally got the leaderboard working. So when user type leaderboard, the Teams brings up a card that shows the user activities by the time of they use the YakShaver. And the third one is when we have improved the turn on and turn off message, when user type on or off, there's a more clear message showing on the team chat. Tells user now we are starting to record, and when user type off, now YakShaver will bring up the message says now we will not process any video that you recorded.
And does it ever turn off automatically after many hours or not?
No, we don't have that feature yet.
No, we don't want that feature. If you are a frequent user, you won't want to do a recording and then not have it shaved.
Okay, all right.
All right, so the next one is a big feature. So now we have a universal toggle on and off for both chats and the channel. So it should be, once you toggle on, it should work everywhere. Next one, ensure the relevant people are mentioned in PBI. Previously we found that Adam was mentioned in every PBI, but it turns out that Adam is the secondary product owner, so he should be mentioned. So this was working as
it's a feature, not a bug.
Yep. And we also update the YakShaver email profile picture, so now it looks better. We have also updated the budget so that sysadmin is happy with our budget and we no longer receive the warning. And Betty has done some UX research. Betty, could you give some updates on this one?
Yep. So that's done. During the sprint, I've researched some about the UX, and Yuli and I wrote the personas. So basically, we've got the product owner, we've got a developer, tester, and IT support. We've also did some competitor analysis, and we found that YakShaver is like in a good position because there's no product in the market right now that does exactly what YakShaver does. We've got some AI assistant that's very limited to, for example, Jira, but nothing that really integrates with other systems. So it's a good time to really market this product. And yeah, that's it for this PBI. Thank you.
Great news. That's good. Jack, can you give us some updates on the screenshot?
Sorry, I was muted. So for the last sprint, we figured out the UI is actually working with more fidelity to the image. So I update the code a little bit with my URL PR today, so that it's not disable extracting URL. And once it's merged, we should be able to see that screenshot. So for last sprint, I've also been working on cancel command.
So sorry, pause there. So that's all the dones at that point. Everything else has still got something left to do.
Yeah.
So in the interest of time, I recommend we move on to the next section.
Yep. Okay, so I'll just mention this is the important one. So right now we do mention at CC people in the Teams call. However, I've mentioned everyone that was in that chat, but however, some people didn't, like Adam sometimes add people to the chat, but they were busy, they couldn't join the call. So what we need to do is to figure out who the people who actually joined the call. So right now, I just put everyone that was in the chat, and that wasn't 100% correct. So that's the enhancement I need to do in the next sprint.
Right. Can I just ask, I thought the last sprint you were putting in the multi-tenant tasks.
No, so this one that's highlighted there, that had to be done because that was causing channels to be broken.
Right.
So it wasn't working in channels because of this. So that had to be fixed. That is basically fixed now. So our next sprint is all about tenants.
Okay. Good.
Yep. So the time span this spring, we've got myself, Stephen, Betty, Jack, and Josh.
I thought that Yuli decided to move that in the template as the one before the backlog.
I did, but it was moved down here after me. So the latest template does have it down here.
Oh, so you should fix the template again, or see who last updated the template to see. If
I guess the reason their reasoning is like the main thing that matters in this email is the thing at the top.
It does.
This does give good context to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to have this context before you look at that backlog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It matters.
All right. All right. In terms of code coverage, we didn't have code coverage at the moment, but we do have a PBI to fix this. We have two deployments to production.
Yep.
And in terms of application health overview, we didn't have data for this, but we have PBI to fix this. Let's have a look at the roadmap.
This is new.
This is something new. We did refinements on the epics. So the top 3 epics that we are focusing on are the client tenant setup and improve the Canary deployment, make everyone happy. And next one is the website and the pricing model. So those are the top 3 that we are focusing on. We haven't done any R&D for this sprint.
I think you should speak to Jack P about that. It's pretty crazy that we're building.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. Can we add something?
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, you can fix that up after this call, but
okay.
Yeah, I would call Jack P and say, "Is this correct?"
Okay.
We almost always want to say we did R&D. It's very strange that we wouldn't do any.
Okay. And then what went well? We've got the URL works now. We got Tom joined the team, by the way, Adam. If you haven't noticed, Tom has joined YakShaver team today. It's great that we have designers to look after our pricing model and the product page. So everyone's happy.
Can you put Jack D there?
Jack D. Right. Yep.
By the way, I should mention this because we haven't really talked about it, but Steph did a fair bit of work on that website content as well, and he worked with Betty a fair bit.
Okay. And have they looked at pricing?
Yes.
Price.
With me.
Okay.
It's super hard pricing.
All right. Next one. What went wrong? So Jack thinks our costing is a bit too high. And we are using the global teams message. So it could be a pain for external customer because we are looking at their chats message globally. So this is a potential problem that Jack pointed out.
Right. I just want to pause there for a sec. How about I just pick Josh? Josh, what is the current pricing?
We have 4 tiers. We have a basic, pro, business, and enterprise, and they're split up primarily up to their users. So the pricing model is a per user per month.
Okay. So what's the broad pricing, just approximately?
I'll give you average between basic, pro, and business is $3 per user per month.
Okay. And what was Jack saying it should be?
I don't think there was a number straight away said, but
Rick, do you agree with that $3 per user per month? First, as an average.
As an average, yes, I
And
do agree.
What was Jack suggesting it should be? If
He
you made
wants it to be. He wants it to be cut up by per shave instead of per user.
right. Yeah, but what does that mean to a user? And look, my point is, by putting the pricing is too high by Jack, like I wouldn't know whether he wants it raised down to $2.50 or $1. Like maybe $1 is still too expensive in his opinion. But it's just like saying the performance isn't good enough. What is the current performance and what do you want to get to? It's currently 8 seconds load and we want to get it to 5 seconds. Or it could be 1 second. There's a big difference. But just try to be specific on your statements like that. Anyway, you can fix that after this.
Right. Okay. Callum says we need some benchmark tests, and I do agree with that. We have PBI for that to do to fix the test. Tomai just onboarding today, and he found that README instruction needs a bit of rework and to complete the F5 experience.
Good work, Tom.
What we want to improve, we need to make sure our pricing model, Yuli says we need a pricing model that is competitive and also need to make money at the same time. And Jack D.
Sorry, just to be clear on that, I'm worried that there's quite a few API calls and the global team subscription, all that sort of stuff. So there's a bit of expenses involved with a tenant. So we need to make sure we can make it nice and low to try and get customers, but it's got to make us some money.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yep. So we need to, and Jack D says we need to find a way that can get YakShaver easily work on this third party, and we need to get them paid as well.
What does work on third party mean, Rick?
I think he is talking about the tenant
Working for
client
a
setup.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
so
mainly
working for clients, basically. I think that's what it means. Third party usually would mean a piece of software like Salesforce, and we want it to work inside that or something. I wouldn't use the term third party.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Jack was speaking from client's perspective. So we are the third party to them. So that's why.
Yeah. Yep. Now, do you need the rest of it? I know it's not urgent, but I have to pick it up now.
No.
Why don't you delete that? Okay.
Yep. Okay, Betty. 1 week designer booking was not enough to polish the marketing page. So she might need to come back later to improve it.
Sounds like your mama system's not working.
Working, but we need longer bookings.
That means other people don't get you.
Well, that means you need more designers, Adam.
Oh, right.
All right. Josh wasn't sure the future of YakShaver website item. MVP is cool, but there's definitely space for more improvements. So he was confused that the work.
Where does which backlog does he work from, basically?
Yeah. So we have agreed that the work that Josh is doing should go to, right now it should go to the SSW product team because he's doing the backbone.
That was a request from Brady.
Yeah. I would have thought that there's an argument. It's just the Tina team.
Yeah, well, you could say the Tina team, you could say YakShaver team, or you could say this new team called SSW products, which is a universal single instance of Tina that can be multi-tenant for multiple products.
I don't think we should make a new team called SSW products.
No, it seems like too much. I agree. But I think maybe they've already done it.
Talk to Brady about that, Yuli?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all for the retrospective. Let's have a look at our plannings. So in next sprint, our goal is to investigate how to set up the client instance. So when we go into deep dive into how to set this up, we couldn't have a clear idea on how to. So we decided to make a separate meeting and do some spikes investigation on this. So I will be setting up the meeting for that. And by the way, next Monday is public holiday, so we move the sprint review to Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep. So next spring, we primarily focusing on client instance and also some minor features for dashboard, which is Steven's working on, and Jack is gonna finishing up the screenshot feature, and Josh will continue work on the product page.
Oh, sorry, Adam, there's one item in here which is an 8, which I wasn't sure whether I should leave in there or not, which is the YouTube stuff. I forgot to ask it. So we can continue working on that, or we can do more work around the tenanting stuff.
I would do more work around the tenanting stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, let's pull that one out then.
Okay.
Because no, I think that was important when it wasn't working for Adam, but now you've made it work so that the streaming thing works on mobile, so it's less high priority. Let's get turning working first.
Okay.
Yeah, and Stephen, can you send the team an email with the stats from last week, versus the week before? Let's see what that UI is and see what the stats are. And I think I put a recurring task just to email it each week, so we kind of get used to what we're seeing. Now, also, where are the stats coming from? What database?
Which stats? Do you mean the user stats?
Yeah,
Leaderboard stats.
The usage stats.
Yeah, they are from the database. We have just deployed the one upgrade this morning, so the production status should be still like quite empty. So after 1 week's usage, should be like have some data.
What database?
The user usage. Do you mean that?
What database system is it? SQL Server? Is it Cosmos?
It's SQL Server.
And did that exist last sprint?
Yes.
It was on the stage since last spring, but we have just pushed it to product this morning.
Yeah, the database existed last week, and they added the front end and pushed the whole thing to prod this week.
So they added a new database.
I don't know if they added a new database.
No, the database was there initially. It was storing different data, but we start collecting data this morning.
What's the database used for? What's in it?
It was storing graph subscription that we need to manage.
What's that mean, graph subscription?
So graph subscription means we were initially listening to the OneDrive folder that when user create a video, the video gets saved to OneDrive folder, and then we listen to that OneDrive folder. But the subscription expires like every 1 or 2 days, and we need to keep renewing it, renew the subscription. So that we need to store that in database, and then we constantly look at database. If that subscription is gonna expire soon, we need renew it, so that we keep listening to the OneDrive folder.
Okay. Who authorized the database?
Sysadmin. I've put in a purchase please request.
No, not that. I mean, which people on the team thought the database was essential?
Which team? I think that was me creating the database, and I think Jack and Callum was across that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that true, Callum and Jack?
Yeah, I consent on having a database, and I believe it's essential for persisting data for long term. But I don't know about Callum.
Yeah, if you don't have a database, it won't work. So you need it.
What's in there, Callum?
The subscriptions that we are storing.
What's an example of a subscription?
I don't know what like the specific data points are, but we need to remember what when you set up a subscription, you need to remember what the I don't know, reference ID or
Expiry
whatever
day.
expiry
Yeah, so
date and so on.
That's not a
so
lot of
that
data. You could store that in a JSON file.
you could.
So why the database?
Well,
'Cause-
I guess we figured that it's going to eventually get more data in the database. So why not start it the right way?
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And potentially, if we have client setups, that data will grow quite fast.
Okay. All right. No worries.
So that's all we're gonna do for next spring. Are
Yeah,
you happy?
I've
Can
pulled
you-
out the YouTube one, guys. I assume we're going to create some PBIs when we do the spike. So whatever the first PBI is from that, we can pull that in.
Can you just bold the most important ones there, Rick?
Right. Okay. I think it's this one.
That's the most important. I'm not sure why it's at the bottom.
It's at the top. It's not. He hasn't got the latest.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yep.
It's also got an emoji in the backlog.
What's the emoji for spike?
Yeah. I think you
It's
can
a
do this afterwards.
magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Ah,
Is that
I've already done it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but I'll put it in the email.
Sure.
it used to be a brain?
Brain.
Yeah, it used to be a brain.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what are the other ones?
I
I
would
think-
say this one, the CC one.
Yes. The product page,
For the page. Yeah.
Josh's
that's
one?
important.
the design mockups.
Mhm.
That's all about getting it out and live. Where is it? Enhanced screenshot functionality in YakShaver.
This one.
Third last one.
Last one.
Third last one.
Why do you care about that? It's just putting a screenshot from the video in.
Because I don't want it to have the wrong screenshot. If people get PBIs with screenshots that don't make sense, they'll stop trusting the tool.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And it's also not too hard. It's just a prompt.
Okay. All right. No worries.
So are you happy with?
Yes. The last thing we discussed before, we were going to have a prefix for any GPT stuff, any of the stuff where you're not doing C# code, you just updating a prompt. Do you guys get any further with that?
We haven't done anything around that. The thing is, a lot of these items have a bit of both. Like, for instance, that enhanced screenshot functionality is a prompt, but it's also like that prompt needs to go in a different spot. So there needs to be some, framework around that to put the prompt
Is
into
there
the
any
right
there
place.
that are just touching the prompt, or primarily touching the prompt?
I would say add cancel command in recognition is mostly prompt.
Okay. So maybe.
Do you want to say prompt dash?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. But whatever you decided on the other one, and if you can clean up that email by replying to it and say we've added prompt and
I can do it. I've got the backlog open here, so I can do it.
and reference the rule on prefixes, because you might want to put in there. Okay. All right. That's great.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks all.
Right. Thank you very much. That's all. See you.
Where are you putting this video, Rick?
Oh, by the way, for whoever is watching this video, we will upload this video to our SSW YakShaver channel. Make sure you like it and share and comment below if you have any feature requests.
Like and
And don't
subscribe.
forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
Why haven't you subscribed?
Oh, no, that's my personal account. I do subscribe using my SSW account.
I would just click that button, Rick.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, much better.
All right.
Thank you, Jack.
No worries.
Jack, I'm coming in to see you in about half an hour.
You Melbourne?
I'm in Melbourne.
Oh.
What? I'm about to fly to Sydney. Where are you?
I'm coming in. I'll see you in half an hour.
Oh, cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
All right, see you guys. Ciao.
See
All right,
ya.
guys.
Bye.
See ya.